With social sites not giving as much love as they used to before, and SEO becoming so competitive because there's already over 1 billion blogs on the internet, how do you ensure that you're going to do well in 2020? Hey everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and today I'm going to break down how to optimize your blog to get explosive traffic growth in 2020. Now before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. That way, as I release more tips and more videos like this, you'll get notified. So the first tip for you, you want to make sure your site is optimized for technical SEO. Everyone believes yeah, link building is where it's at. But here's the thing, because it's so competitive when it comes to Google and ranking, that if you're not doing everything and you're not doing it well, you're not going to see as great results. From page speed to making sure that you're using the right title tags, meta descriptions, to having an XML sitemap, all these things matter. And you're probably wondering, Neil, how do I get them all done effectively? Because there's so many factors that go into Google's ranking. Hundreds. Well, go to Uber Suggests, type in your URL, go into the site audit in the left navigation. You want to click on site audit. This will crawl your whole website, tell you how to fix all those errors, plus more, and tell you what you need to prioritize to be SEO technically friendly for Google. The second thing you need to do, target keywords that convert. Everyone's going after these head terms, but here's the thing about these head terms. There's a trend that's been happening in Google, and this is from data according to JumpShot, in which more and more people are actually not clicking on anything. Roughly half the searches on Google result into no click. Not an ad click, not an SEO click, no click. Why? Because Google's answering people's questions for them, right? So when you type in something generic, there's a good chance that the question is going to be answered for you, like what is the weather? Now, there's all these long tail specific terms that have intent that people usually click through to go to people's websites. And a lot of this has to do with the BERT algorithm update, right? In which Google wants to show the most relevant listing at the top, because now Google doesn't just look at keywords, they look at everything. They work at prepositions and verbs and all these types of different words and phrases to understand what people are searching and what they're looking for. So I want you to go to Uber Suggests, type in some of the main keywords you're trying to target, and go into the keyword ideas report. Look at the questions report, look at the comparisons report, the prepositions. These will all give you more suggestions on phrases that you can target that don't get as much traffic, but they're super high intent. So when people do search for these type of phrases and words, and then they land on your website, you're gonna see actual conversions and clicks going to your website. The next thing I want you to do is optimize for mobile. More people are searching Google through mobile devices than they are through desktop devices. Google has this framework called AMP, Accelerated Mobile Pages, and the AMP markup helps your web pages become mobile friendly and load super fast, literally like in a second. Now, I found that when I make my pages AMP compatible in the United States, I don't get much of a traffic increase, but just when I look at the mobile traffic in regions like Brazil or India, I typically see a 10+% increase in mobile search traffic from those regions when I make my pages AMP compatible. So make sure you do that. At the same time, you also want to have a responsive design. So then that way, whether it's a tablet, mobile phone, no matter what it is, people can see your website clearly, friendly, and that'll help them determine, hey, is this a good website? Do I like what they have to say? If your site isn't mobile compatible, they can just go back, click the back button, and go down to the next site. That's just going to decrease your rankings because it's going to increase your bounce rate and decrease your user metrics. If you're trying to figure out, hey, is my site really mobile compatible in Google's eyes? Well, Google has a mobile-friendly testing tool. So just Google Google's mobile-friendly testing tool and put in your URL there, and it'll tell you if it is mobile-friendly. The next thing you need to do is optimize for voice search. According to ComScore, over 50% of the searches are now voice search. So in other words, if you're not optimizing for Google Home, Alexa, some of these devices, whether you have them or not, you're gonna struggle because that's where the shift is happening. People are now even doing voice searches with their mobile devices. They're driving, talking into their phone, boom, search is happening and they're getting results. So I want you to implement structured markup. That'll help you with voice search and getting you in the rich snippets. You also want to make sure your site's friendly, mobile friendly, because that should also help in from what we're seeing with voice search for mobile devices. So doing those basic two things should help you get more voice search traffic. I also want you to focus on your audience. right? Right now, everyone's just like, hey, what can I do that's best for Google or Facebook or any of these sites? Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, it doesn't matter what site, what platform you're talking about. They all want to do what's best for people. So if you focus on people, you're going to do best. And you want to do this by making sure that you're answering people's questions. Are you really helping solve people's problems? When someone lands on your webpage, are you solving their issues? If not, you got some issues, right? You want to add value for your reader. You want to use tools like Uber suggest content ideas to see what people are searching for, what's hot based on social shares, because that'll tell you, hey, this is what I should focus on because that's what readers in my space want to see. Last but not least, you need to use Google Analytics to measure your performance of your website. Now, everyone's using Google Analytics, so that's not that big of a shocker, but are you tracking goals and conversions? Do you know what type of content converts better than others? Do you know what type of content, what pages are causing higher bounce rates? Do you know what type of content is creating better time on site? Do you know what pages people are exiting on versus what they're entering on? All this data will help you fine-tune your marketing in the future. The last thing you want to do is be creating more content, more pages, and creating more marketing campaigns that no one cares about. Google Analytics will shed some light on that so that way you're focusing your energy, your efforts on stuff people want to see. And you can also use UTM tracking within Google Analytics. This will help you figure out if, hey, are these marketing campaigns working? Are they not? Are my conversion rates truly adding up to what they're showing here? In essence, if you do all of these things, you should do better in the next few years when it comes to getting more search traffic and social traffic, even though the algorithms are becoming harder and harder, both for SEO and social. And if you're still struggling, check out my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital, where we help people get more traffic. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it, share. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll help you out. Thank you for watching.